Alright, foam tards, welcome back to another Yapaholics Anonymous video where I just hop on the mic and start waffling, just absolutely yapping again about some fairly recent Railfan news that's circling the community for good reason, actually. So this incident pretty much solidifies why some railroad crews just hate Railfans, just absolutely despise the little twerps that stand with their iPads on a tripod next to the tracks taking videos of them going by. So back in like mid-April of this year, April like 21st or 22nd, sometime around there, there was a coal train that derailed as it was coming into the town of Bennett, Nebraska. And a switch was lined off the main onto the like some old elevator track with a bad order hopper car sitting on it. And the train came around the corner and of course goes into the backtrack way too fast and then slams into the rail car as it hits the ground at the same time. Now, like, train derailments happen all the time. Like, it could be for a number of different reasons, like, just natural disaster, sorta, like, a tornado or something, or a piece of track or a bridge washes out, train backing up, and it hit a switch that wasn't lined properly, or something like that. I can't really remember. I'll have to look back into it, but it derailed, and I managed to see it just in the corner of my eye, like on video. But anyways, some kid by the name of Capital City Rail Productions, a small train channel with about, I think, 475 subs as of recording, was lucky enough to catch the train derailing like as it happened in real time, which is pretty crazy. But something might seem off with the derailment news and whatever when you look at like multiple news sources pointing fingers at the kid who filmed it as being the person who caused the whole thing in the first place. That is just wild. To quote the Discord mod final boss himself, History in the Dark, who actually, I think, just made a video on this too. What are you doing? Anyways, according to the police reports from BNSF, the 17-year-old kid filming approached the guys investigating with BNSF and asked them what happened. And then in the news article, it says that he said, quote, "Obviously, the switch was flipped the wrong way." Like, bro, come on. Any detective, like anyone that even has like half a brain, that would set off at least one red flag. Like, why would you ask what happened and then tell someone like pretty much exactly what happened? Like, how it happened, like you had something to do with it. Estimates on the cost of the derailment, like to clean everything up and like all the damages and stuff, was upwards of $350,000. And I'm sure it's more because that's just an estimate. But I don't think any cars like fell over. I'm pretty sure they all stood upright. They were just off the track, of course. But then, of course, you have to factor in the property damage for like the grain elevator or something like that, just in case like a rail car hit it. I'm not sure if like any rail cars hit the buildings nearby or anything like that, but the track was badly damaged. Rail cars were damaged, and most importantly, locomotives were damaged, and those cost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to even repair slightly. So just recently, some more investigating led to find some security camera footage of a 96 Buick Park Avenue lurking around the area literally minutes before the train crashed. Someone got out, walked up to the tracks, got back in the car, and drove around to another crossing and got out of the same type of car and set up a camera on a tripod before the train came. That is beyond insane. Like, how depraved do you gotta be to do something like this? Like, legitimately put lives at risk just for a couple views on YouTube. Who does this kid think he is? Some kind of, like, vlog prank channel? Like FouseyTube or, I don't know, Jack Doherty or something like that? Now, as with most train derailment videos, this video actually blew up like an H-bomb. It has time of recording, let's see, 388,000 views. That's crazy. That's like the most viewed video this kid like has ever and will ever make, honestly. Like at first on the video that he uploaded, there was comments saying like it could have been a crew that forgot to line the switch back to the main after setting that helper car out. That can happen, and it has happened in the past. But then more of the incident was investigated, and it surfaced that there was a good chance the kid filming tampered with the switch. Almost every single person in the comment section turned on this kid. Like, you had huge train YouTubers like Jason Assailant from up in northern Michigan, the peninsula on the ELS, that railroad. SD45 7500 from like Minnesota, and Ryan's Colorado Rail Productions, and a couple other people with subscriber counts in the 10 to 100,000 range, just commenting on the video, not with support or anything, no, with saying stuff like have fun in jail and stuff like that. You know you're cooked when that happens, honestly. Like, one comment claimed that their dad was one of the crews on the train at the time. Like, I don't want to upset the person, but like, how awful would it have been if that train was going any faster and the train wrecked worse than it did? That could have been life-changing to that family, whatever, you know? All over some internet clout. Like, I really don't have any other ways to describe this whole situation other than like mind-boggling. Like, if this all goes to court and the kid is actually found guilty for this, like, he just put actual human lives at risk for being hurt or even worse just to get a couple views online. Now, yeah, the investigation is still ongoing as far as I know, but there's overwhelming evidence that the kid did it, honestly. Now, since he's a minor, the repercussions aren't as severe as they should be, but still, he could have to pay a $5,000 fine and probably serve some time in juvie or something like that. It is crazy to think if this kid was 1 year older, he might have been jailed for domestic terrorism for derailing a train. So I was just reading a forum post on this situation, and it seems like he did have a switch key of some sort, and that's how he threw it. So I guess all the blame can be pinned on this kid and everything. Nothing on BNSF, because that wasn't their fault. They were, following, rules and whatnot, having the switch locked and lined properly, but this kid, decided to throw it and derail a train for clout. So this situation kind of reminded me of another kid who honestly deserves a video of his own. But it reminded, a lot of people of Sebastian DeYoung, who famously a couple years ago made a video showing the public how to flip a switch, one of those sort of mechanical switches on a main track, and how to turn on and off a switch heater. And I'm pretty sure one video had him just walking right into a locomotive that was running, which is pretty criminal, honestly. Now, Sebastian has some form of autism, like most of us foamers do. We're all special little snowflakes. But I'm sure he knows better now, but, at the time, I guess to him it just seemed like innocent fun and educational to people who might not know how the railways work. But with this kid, autism or not, I think he clearly knew what he was doing and why. Now, to answer the question finally, how does this affect LeBron's legacy? No, I'm just kidding. But how does this really affect all of us, like, as the general, Railfan community, I guess? In my opinion, this kind of soured the relationship between, foamers and railroad employees even more than it already has been for a long, long time. I think railroad police, especially down south, in the States and whatnot, maybe up in Canada, might be a little more cautious of us trackside, thinking we'll try and derail the train for views or risk our lives standing right next to the railhead to get those stupid line side photos. But, not all of us just shoot trains for clout and views and whatnot. Mark. Prick. Anyways, yeah, majority of us are into this hobby because we get to travel, meet new people that become friends, and just, stay out of trouble. But of course, with every single community on Earth, online or whatever, there's always bad apples. you can't stop that, really. But really, as many people said in the comments of that video, this just gives more crews and railway police like more reason to think anyone standing trackside with a camera is a nuisance, let alone a threat. So I guess to wrap this up, moral of the story, don't be like stereotypical clout chasing YouTubers and do stuff that's illegal for, 15 seconds of fame. Always remember to respect rail property, because as a rail fan, you're standing around thousands of tons of massive steel, that won't care if they run you over. Trains have no feeling if they derail and topple over on top of you. They don't care. Alright, hold up. One thing. I just forgot a couple things to add to the video that somehow just slipped through the cracks. If you make videos on YouTube, you'll know the struggle. You'll have the video done, exported, and uploaded sometimes, and you'll watch the video through and you'll notice you forgot one thing that you want to add to the video. And that's the case here. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the friendly railroad crews that are still out there. I know I stated in this video that this just gives more reason and fuel to the fire, I guess you could say, for crews to hate rail fans, think they're just nuisances and morons with nothing better to do standing by the tracks, which is, it's kind of true. We have nothing better to do. Yeah, there are still, like, with any job out there, any profession, like, whether it be, like cops, I guess you could say. I don't want to go into that because, I don't want to get political or anything like that. But, there's going to be good people and there's going to be bad people. And, the bad people, quote unquote, have their reasons for not liking rail fans at all, thinking they're a safety hazard, or they're filming them and it's an invasion of privacy, which is sort of valid. You wouldn't want someone going up to you at your job and just standing with a camera in your face all day, pretty much. But there are still people that enjoy putting smiles on faces that are just out by the tracks, taking pictures or whatever. Like something as simple as blowing a horn, or, tossing a water bottle to you from the cab while they're going like 70 miles an hour on a BNSF Z train or something. That would be, not funny, but, anyways, yeah, or like people that let rail fans go up to the locomotives and, look around, or even look in like shop buildings at the yards or whatever. There are, like I said earlier, there are people that enjoy putting a smile on people's faces, that enjoy their job pretty much. And really, the same could be said for the railfan community. Like, there's going to be great people that you meet online and in real life down the tracks that you can even make friends with. And there's always going to be the see you next Tuesdays that, just ruin it for you, other people. Nice voice crack. Yeah, that's the case with, like, any community, not just trains. Could be cars, music, anime, anything really. There's always going to be at least one bad egg in the community, and there's nothing we can really do about it. It is what it is, pretty much. The saying goes, hurt people. So clearly they're just taking out their issues on everyone else in like their community or whatever, just because they have their own problems and whatnot. Yeah, so it really do be like that sometimes. I don't know what else to say about that. But, yeah, that's all I want to... Oh, actually, sorry, one more thing. I know I teased a video on the Sean B, video in the comment section. I said, Chase Gibson video at 8K subs, blah, 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 or something like that. Because there was some recent drama that kind of surfaced with him. If you don't know who that is, it's a rail fan that makes, I'll admit, pretty good edits of trains and whatnot from, like, Florida or somewhere down south. Anyways, yeah, I was gonna make a video on that, like, drama, because I found it pretty interesting, but I did have a chat with him and one of his buddies, and we just kind of talked it out, and virtually shook hands, more or less, and said, we're cool, I'm not gonna do this video on it, because the evidence about, like, the drama or whatever is, according to him and another guy I was talking to, just old apparently and just dug up to create problems, I guess. Like, my suggestion to Chase is to just make a quick video explaining the whole drama, like, you know, to his followers, I guess, just to clear the air on the whole incident, I guess you could say, just so people don't spread more misinformation about it. I mean, not like those stupid stereotypical YouTuber apologies like Logan Paul or what's her face that played the ukulele, or the other one that danced like an idiot. Just something quick and simple. Well, I don't know. It's really up to him, really, to address it publicly or whatever. It's fine if he doesn't want to. But for now, we're cool, I guess. I don't want to, like, create more problems with people that have stated to enjoy my content. Sure, guy. Just for a couple views on YouTube. That's really all I had to add to the video, pretty much. So, that's about it. See ya. That was a terrible impression. I'm not doing that again. Alright, everyone. That is pretty much it for this video. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. Like, if you're a Railfan, what you think of this. Or, like, better yet, if you're a railroad employee, what you think of this whole situation. Feel free to, you know, leave your thoughts in the comments below. And, yeah, feel free to subscribe for more mediocre train videos coming your way in about 5 to 5,000 business days. Also, feel free to check out the channel memberships. You get exclusive access to members-only videos on the channel here. A special role in the Discord server, which you could check out for free, the server in general. And updates on new projects and stuff like that. Otherwise, that is pretty much it for this video. Don't have much else to say. And on that note, this is the Winnipeg Railfan saying, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it.